Hey YouTube, let me shut this noisy rock tumbler off. Today we're going to discuss charging the electric on off-grid methods of charging. How many amp hours you're going to need, watt hours, whatever you want to call it. So, this is just going to be short and sweet. It's not going to be a long video. Let me check it. I think I probably haven't zoomed in too much. Yeah. So we'll do this on regular Zoom. I might make. So this is Karen's X Premium. Whether you guys know it or not, you cannot charge both batteries together. You have to do it separately, or you need two chargers. So the question has been asked, how many watts does it need to charge, and what power stations will do it? Well, this is basically a normal sized standard power station that you can find just about in the 150 range. 300 watts is the maximum output. So we'll turn it on, plug it in. Okay, the fans come on to say the AC's on. We're going to plug it into this back battery. It's at 52 volts and see what we get. So AC is 119 volts and we're waiting for the watts to come up. It says it's drawing 113 watts. So even though this is a 2 amp charger, it only takes 100 watts, or about 110 watts. So this will technically charge this for 3 hours. One battery for 3 hours. It's about 300 watt hours. So if this was completely empty, this this power station would not charge this to complete. But since this is near completely charged, it will charge it all the way. It's settled down to it's between 110 and 113 watts. So this smaller station would. Now if I plug the solar power, my panel into this, into this right here. Right now it's 5:30 towards the end of the solar day, and we're getting 38 watts in. So we're effectively using 80 watts behind what's being charged, thereabouts. So with that, during the peak of the day, I believe you would probably get, with a 120 watt panel, would be able to charge this to full. Now yeah, it's they're laying flat. They're not at the most efficient position right now. I should be able to get 60 watts out if I set them up like they need to be set up, but they're just laying flat right now. So, and they're not actually pointed at the sun. Let me go look where the sun is. Let's see if we can get it up a little higher. Yeah, we're at 57 watts right now. So we're putting out 108 watts for the charger, and it will charge us to full. If you were, like I said, if you had this plugged out in during the peak of the day and charged it during the day, you would be able to stay ahead on the usage and put power into the power bank. So that's a 120 watt panel. That's on sale right now on Amazon for I think it's 139. But you can use just a 100 watt panel. You don't need all this fancy folding crap, just a regular panel. So the Engine Star would not charge it without being plugged in and getting some kind of solar input as far as charging to complete. Now, the next option is this Pecan, which I purchased myself, if you're wondering. We'll turn the AC on, put on, fan comes on. Let's plug this one in and see what the difference is. This is more efficient than this one, so, and we can plug the solar in. It says we're outputting 116 watts, and so far it isn't showing the solar input yet. Come on. It takes it a while before it'll actually start showing the power. And now it's showing it's only got, let's see, this one's better. I don't know what's going on with it. I might have pulled too hard and unplugged it, but it might not be charging because it says it's at 100% already. It shows that at the current rate of consumption, it'll charge your, oh, it's actually showing 35, 43, 46 watts. And elapsed time, it shows that it would charge the bike for 6 hours at 115 watts. So this will charge it to full on one of the single batteries. But if you have the 1.0 like I did, you only have a single battery. But this has two batteries. It will charge both of them if you started early enough in the day. So how big of a power station you need depends on whether or not you have a way to recharge your power station. You could do through pass charging on either one of these in your vehicle. You plug the 12-volt adapter in, you get about 60 watts on the little one and 71 watts on the big one. You're still taking out more than you're putting in, but you'd still end up being able to charge your bike to full every day. If you had a 200 watt panel, you'd be able to charge the bike and either one of these. Maximum input for this, I think, is 60 some watts. Let's plug this one back in again and see what it shows coming in. This one actually is not fully charged. We're getting 56 amps at 57 watts at the end of the day. So I think it's limited to maybe 60 watts, 65 watts. I know the power brick will only charge it at 60 watts. So here's the standard charger. It shows it's a 2 amp charger, 110 volts at 2 amps. So it's not truly a 2 amp charger because it's using 1 amp right now. And it's still showing between 115 and 117 watts. So it's a little, it's a little over 1 amp in times. So 1 amp is all it takes to charge at 2 amps. Now, I'm not sure. This little one will power the charger, no problem. You could do it all day long, no problem as far as powering it. You will have to have some kind of input to charge the power station while it's being used. But we're, like I said, we're getting 58 watts, so it would charge this bike to full. This is 298 watt hours. This is 600 on the Precon. They're all both of them are on sale right now. The solar panels are on sale. I would just go buy a regular home panel because this Precon comes with MC4 out that you would find on a regular panel, and you can plug it directly into the power station without a MPP controller or PWM controller. You don't need a controller to use the panels. If you look, this wire runs straight to the panels without the controller, and I'll just prove it. This is the controller that comes with the panels. As you can see, it's not plugged in. Neither one of these need a controller, so that's, if you're looking for a panel to charge one of these, you just need the panel. You do not need all a controller. It actually, you can buy a panel, a 100 watt panel that'll actually hit 100 watts for 70 bucks. And of course, it's not fancy and it doesn't have a stand, but for the most part, you can find something to lean it up against to get the maximum output. So this is a waste of money for most people that are just using power stations. If you're going to charge your, you can charge. Oh, let me get the. You can charge the battery in your vehicle with this. So, too, if you're going to do such a thing, it has a battery out. It has a light out. I could bring a battery over here, and I could put it on this charger. I have a battery, actually, a lead acid battery that needs to be charged, but at this time of the day, it's a lost cause. You wouldn't, by 7 o'clock, you'll be lucky if you're getting 10 watts out of a panel. So this is just to prove the concept. Like I said, you can see that I'm getting 55 watts in. That's going to continue to decline through the day out of a 120 watt panel. It's charging. It's showing that I have 4 hours and 59 minutes left on this power bank. So if you're boondocking, you need to charge your bike. You need to invest about $500 roughly into, well, you could get a lot cheaper if you got the adapters and a 100 watt panel. You'd be 200 bucks in, and you could charge your bike during the daytime, probably early morning. You could charge it actually overnight. You wouldn't get a full charge, but you'd get most of a charge overnight. and be able to ride it in the morning, come back, and your power bank would be full again. As a matter of fact, this would be full. A 100-watt panel would fill up this power bank in about 2 hours, and that one would take 6 the whole entire day. So you don't need to spend a fortune to be able to charge your bike when you're out camping, boondocking. This thing is small enough you could literally find a plug on at a state park, someone charge it, put the plug in, set for a couple hours, and get it probably charged up all the way. But I thought I'd show you guys this setup, how I charge my bikes if I'm boondocking. I have 2 power stations. Now my Trek is fully charged. I guess we could look at that one and see if it'll how much power the adapter takes on this one. But the bike is fully charged, so I'm not even sure it's going to come on, but we'll try. The charger doesn't actually, the thing actually has to be plugged in for it to work. But we're gonna just try to plug in the charger without the bike and see if how many watts the charger will pull by itself. If it'll turn on, it will. This is a Bosch charger. We're gonna plug it into this power station down here first. And it did not come on. So this one has a switch that knows if the bike isn't plugged in, it isn't gonna work. So let's go over there and plug it in. No light on the charger, so the only way to know it's plugged in is it shows on the bike. It is drawing 76 watts, 85 watts, 101, 105. So about the same wattage. Yep, about the same wattage as the other charger. It's in the same range, and it is a 2 amp charger. 2 lower voltage though. That's a 36 volt bike. This is a 48 volt bike, but either way, it's drawing the exact same wattage as the D-Power battery charger did. So if you have any questions about it, need a link to what we've bought, what I recommend is the Pecan power stations on sale right now for $329 on Amazon or on their website. This is lithium iron phosphate in the Pecan, so it's going to last you a lot longer, and it does have enough capacity to charge the bike to full. This is lithium ion. This has a shorter life cycle, probably around 700 or 800 recharge cycles versus 4,000 for the Pecan. With a 100-watt panel, you should be able to keep up with your charging requirements during the daytime. Most of us don't ride our bikes to empty anyway, so if you're like I do, ride 20 miles, you're at 48 volts, so you're at half the battery's capacity or less, probably more like 40% of the battery's capacity. Either one of these stations should be able to charge it to full, should be able to give you the 3 hours that you're going to need to charge it. I hope this answers some questions. I wouldn't recommend the Atom Power folding solar panels, unless you're going to put them on a tent or a curved surface where you need to be able to, they don't come with a stand. Let me turn you around so you guys can see. They're over right there. They don't come with a stand, so that means you have to try to hang them from a tree or a tent or something like that. Bring you guys up. Other than that, I paid, I got them on that solar panel for 120 bucks on sale. I got some kind of other discount. Neither one of the fans are on the power station, so the little station is 300 watts is the maximum output. The big station, the maximum output is 1200 watts. So you could actually put two chargers in, plug two chargers in, no problem. Three actually, with no problem. Run a 200 watt panel, and you might even be able to charge 3 bikes. But that being said, I'm gonna call it a video. It's dinner time. Karen's probably in there growling like a lion. If you have any questions about either one of the bikes or the equipment I use to charge the bikes in an off-grid situation, put them in the comments. If you need to know how big of a unit you need to have to get 3 full charges out of it, the answer is going to be about 1800 watts. So you're going to need a full-size power station to get more than a couple of charges out without any input. Now, if you're recharging a power station, it's going to be dependent on how much solar power or solar input you have. Keep in mind that there is an advantage to this. You can charge the bike where you want to. You pull the power station up, carry it to where you want to charge the bike in, instead of running an extension cord. So it does have its advantage. But I'm gonna call that a video. Hope you guys enjoy the content. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions, like I said, put them in the comments. There is an email listed if you want to write a longer email. I do check it once in a while, but I do not check it all the time. I promise you, any questions you have will be answered. Have a great day.